Hi guys, and welcome back to Raymore Repair. This time we have a hold of a Honda engine, a GCV 160 on a Troy-bilt TB 130 XP. Let's put some fuel in it and kind of check it over and see exactly what we got, because I think this one's got a real problem. Let's go. Now this sweetheart is another one I picked up alongside the road and on large trash day. And you know, there's just a lot of different reasons people get rid of mowers and other stuff. They just get tired of it, whatever the case may be. Let's check the oil on this one real quick. That's not good. It's not good at all. Wonder if it has any at all in it. Let's get a drain pan and see what we get out of it. Let me get a drain pan down here. My little drain pan is in the parts washer, the one I typically use for this, so we're going to try to use a gigantic one. At the same time, not dropping the mower off the lift. So this ought to be fun, hadn't it? Let me see if we can do this. First of all, I think we got to start tilting the mower up a bit. Sliding it over this way. Whoa! Then get our pan under here. Well, let me show you what we're getting out of it. Yep, that tiny bit of oil there is what we're getting out of it. And if you're wondering how clean it is, I can tell you, it's dark. It's darker than my ex-wife's heart, I can tell you that. And I gotta tell you, there just ain't much of it. Now she's a peach under here too. Let me hook our handle back, and for everybody that thinks this thing goes mysteriously start up, I'm gonna pull the spark plug wire off. There we go. Because I want to see if this blade's straight. That makes some very interesting sounds inside the crankcase. Can you hear that? Let's think about this. Almost no oil and knocking sound inside the crankcase. I'm thinking these two things are related. But let's see if our crankshaft's bent or not here. No, not really. No, I think it's fairly straight, but there's some serious something going on inside the engine. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and drop the blade off this thing while we got it up here. Let's see, what do you think, 15? No, 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 no. Oh, it's a 16. Don't ask me why. That feels like it's stuck on the end of the crankshaft as well, so. Not too bad. It's interesting, it's got a keyhole here and a keyhole here. This would be for self-propel. And then it has the keyway that drives the blade over here. Now, if we get too crazy thinking there's something entirely wrong with this engine, even though it was out of oil, I know, let's pull the flywheel and pull the top end off and see if there's anything by the flywheel that could be making this horribly knocking sound. Kind of feel bad for this Honda engine. I'm going to pull this mount off that the fuel tap's attached to. Or we can just pull the line off the carburetor. Like that. Ta-da! That's out of the way. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Did you guys see that? Let me bring you in for the money shot here. Look at that flywheel. I'm telling you right now, that's not the flywheel moving on the crankshaft. That's the crankshaft moving inside the engine case. I want to continue. I got to see what's happening here. 19? It is. It'd be the same as a 3/4, but it's a Honda, so it's probably a 19. Not super duper tight. I think I'll start my nut back on before I destroy the crankshaft if I haven't already. I haven't yet. Good chance I will, though. You'd think I'd pop off there sooner or later. There we go. Just gotta show it who's boss. Can you see it moving in that seal? That's a lot. All right, I'm pretty sure this engine is absolute junk as far as the case goes, so we're going to go ahead and pop the coil off of it. And that way we can hang on to it. We'll make a little parts pile here. I think I have a horizontal shaft one that's missing that coil, so no, that's silly. It's a 9. Pull that one off. Go ahead and pull these off while we're at it. We're going to have a wire that runs across here, plugs into this switch back here. We might as well just go ahead and take the switch off too, but we're going to have to run some stuff around to get it off. That's probably a good spring I can use for something. Now then, we can probably get this wire clear out of the way. We'll take this little, whatever size that is, off. What do you think? 7, since we're on odd numbers? Why, yes it is. We'll just keep on trucking. That's a cute little reed switch. Whenever you pull your handlebar in, it's like this. When you pull in it pushes this back and makes connection. Actually, I take that back. It's naturally open to make spark, and it closes to turn it off. We got our handlebars pop back right now. There's our coil and switch off there. Let's go ahead and pull the other stuff off here real quick. Go back to our 10mm socket. That isn't pulling off very well because the crankcase breather's stuck on it. Let's give that a little wiggle. There. We talked it into coming off. This is our governor linkage. We'll pop it off there. And the spring, like that. Here's our carburetor. Out there. I don't see anything else kind of holding that in place outside of just hopes and dreams. Maybe that top bolt. Nope, that just holds that little metal piece on. There we go. That shield is broke. I think I know where some of the oil went because this is all oily down here out of this cam cover. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull this off. Isn't that a shame somebody ruined this engine because they didn't check the oil? Because I'll assure you that's what's happened here. How the heck did that leak at the bottom? It's glued on this tight at the top. That's amazing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pull his rocker arms out. Pretty sure. Yeah, that valve was not on the stroke. So these valves are super tight. They still work though. Yeah, there we go. There's the pin out of it. Pull the belt up. Yes, it's a belt. Here's the cam. It's pretty rough there. It's plastic. Why wouldn't it be plastic? Of course it's plastic. And we're going to pop this cable off. Then we just squeeze these together with a pair of pliers. and slide the cable back out. Like so. That's pretty much it on the top end. Let's roll her over and pop it off the base. Man, I can't even see the bolts. There's one. There's one. Looks like she's a 3-bolter, but those are 13s. And grab her in the bolt. All right, now we'll set this deck out of the way. Don't suppose there's anything wrong with the deck. Alrighty, now we're down just to the motor itself. Let's flip this up and kind of do some primary cleaning here. And we're going to need to get this shaft fairly clean to get it to slide through this case. There is a lip right there where it steps down, so I think we're going to be okay. Haha! Gotcha. All right. Out, 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 out. I think that's probably all of them. See if we have a, yeah, there's a pry point right there. Whew, it needs it. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's one over here too. This is a better one. Oh yeah, look at that. Huh? Don't do that. There's our timing belt. Yep, it's a belt that runs in oil. She's a big one, isn't she? All right. Let's see if there's any damage to our actual rod. We know this case is trash because that's wallowed out up there. We'll pull the rod off and then we'll pull that crankshaft out of there and see what it looks like. This thing is completely splash lubed, so that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll run this around this way, push that piston up. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Timing gears off there, get everything cleaned up just a touch so we can inspect it better. And this is the problem. This thing is completely galled and worn away. Let me grab a screwdriver and run it across there and you'll be able to hear it. Up here, that's how it should be. This is all galled and tore up. What's going on here is the oil did not splash hard enough to get up in here. This engine, like many others this size, are splash lubricated. This is what is, turn it this way, this is what lubricates the whole engine. These little ears on here, they splash the oil around the engine. Actually, it turns that way. And then it pushes it up this, and this pushes oil up, and it lubricates the main, or the connecting rod, main bearing, and the cylinder. This also lubricates the top of the engine case. So it has to throw engine oil clear up here to the top of the engine. There's holes here, here, and here. These holes are all designed for oil to come up, hit that seal and turn, and run back down across this main here. Well, when it gets too low and oil to throw up there, it doesn't get oil, and then it galls everything. Just tears it up. Let's go ahead and pull our piston out and see what we got there. But that's what killed this thing, is not enough oil. All right, caramba. The head does not come off this thing. It's all one piece. Let's do a little bit of cleaning up here real quick. So every time I touch this thing, I'm not completely covered in oil. Oh yeah, that piston is galled. Let me take the spark plug out so we can get a little run at that. Might have to stick something down the spark plug hole, and there's our spark plug. Now we won't have such a suction inside that cylinder. We got it farther. I'm wondering if I can stick something down in there and give her the old tappy tap tap. Have to be something fairly narrow. We are going to stick the screwdriver down the spark plug hole and tap on that piston. I think it's starting to hit the lift. There it come out. And what treasures does it hold? Well, let's give it a quick wiping. Take us a look. Yep, we got some fairly serious metal transfer here. There's this piston. It is galled deep. This side has just a little bit. This side, she has definitely screwed the pooch. Over here, a little bit, but not too much. Oh yeah, there's metal transfer all the way down. That cylinder is ruined. Let me get my screwdriver and you can hear it again. Few over here, bunch over here. Yep, this thing's done. You know, pop the valves out just for the fun of it? Okay. There they are. They look like they're still in pretty good shape. This engine did not have a ton of hours on it. It is a shame somebody didn't check the oil. Yeah, well that's pretty much it, guys. This one, it didn't die of boredom. It didn't die because something it did to itself. It died because the owner didn't take care of it. It simply got ran too low on oil. Yeah, I hate that, but the engine case, it's what's bad in this situation. The piston, it's ruined as well. There just isn't a whole heck of a lot to save in this thing. So with that said, I'm going to save a few of the pieces, but the rest of this, it's pretty much scrap metal. That's all there is to it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We diagnosed and tore down one. We can't save them all. We save what we can, but we just can't save them all. Once again, this is a mower I picked up off of a large trash day, and sometimes there's a reason why people throw them out that we just can't fix. This one is one of them. We couldn't fix this. It'd be super not cost effective to fix it. This is a really common little engine. It's a GCV 160. Same engine as on my power washer, except, yeah, it's the same engine on my power washer. And I have a couple of these on other things as well. So, you know, I do check the oil, keep them full, because I don't want this to happen to mine. All right, let it be a lesson to you. Check your oil, guys. That's, and every time you get it out to mow, check the gas, check the oil. Make sure it has both. If you run out of gas, you can put more in. You run out of oil, this is what happens. Sad to say, but it's true. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you would. I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a thing. It helps my channel grow, and we're really trying to build something here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless.